Om Timirandhasya Gyananchanasalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kathamahim Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Sri Yuda Padakamalan Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishaka Anvitamscha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Vanchakalpatarabhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyeva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी ऋषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So, welcome you all for our today's systematic study of Vedic scriptures. In that, we are in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 12, verse also 12. Before we get into it, yeah, as every time we spend a little time to tune to know the glories of Bhagavad Gita. Um, yeah, Bhagavad Gita is a sacred book. Bhagavad Gita is yeah, a dialogue between the Lord and his devotee, Krishna and Arjuna. Bhagavad Gita is also revered as one book across all schools of philosophies, schools of thoughts, and more importantly, we see Bhagavad Gita is a manual for how to sail through our journey successfully. So we see through the through Bhagavad Gita, it is a guide, and it's such a special guide that it is covering the width and depth of everything, that there is nothing exception. We can say, okay, no, this is not for me. No one can claim that, no one can say that, except only one who is envious about Bhagavad Gita. For them, the doors are closed. It's something like, if one doesn't want to appreciate the greatness of Bhagavad Gita, so Bhagavad Gita is also special that it doesn't reveal the greatness of it. So that is the only disqualification if one is not able to benefit from Bhagavad Gita. Because when we are envious, that means that we think that we are superior, we are great, we are the masters, or we are very, very intelligent. I can find out myself what is the root cause of any issue. In that way, if one is thinking in Bhagavad Gita, people, so many people are foolish. Just like Shishupal, when Krishna was there, when everyone wanted that Krishna to be offered the highest respect in the Rajasuya Yajna, Shishupal was very, very envious. He was thinking, how can one give? I can accept if this is given to someone else. Bhishma Pitama is there. Very respectful personalities are there. But after all, you are giving a special honor to Krishna. How is it accepted? He is not even a Kshatriya. He is a Yadava. Yeah, Yadava belongs to Vaishya community. So that I'm giving a piece of advice, but if the other person is not if one is, if mercy has to come, he should also be in a position to accept it. Otherwise, there is no good. Yeah, we see in Ramayana how advices were given to Ravana. So many tried to change his mind, to correct his mind, but he was not at all in a position to accept the greatness of Ram. Rather, he was just every occasion he started boosting himself, even though not asked, that I am great, I am great. So this Bhagavad Gita is for everyone except envious people. But how can we give up this envy? Okay, yeah, right now I have attitude of envy towards Bhagavad Gita. Huh? Krishna, how can he say that I am the supreme? I'm not able to digest this fact. Uh, a better option would be that everyone is there's one God, all are equal, that Shiva is equal, Vishnu is equal, uh, Ram is equal, Hanuman is equal, Durga is equal. In that way, there is a lot of what do you call harmony. Yeah? It is not our capacity to harmonize things. We have to accept things as they are. Just like if you go to a company, if you take a, I don't know, Sundar Pichai is for Google. Yeah, yeah. If you say you and I are same, we are equal, then he will say, call the watchman or security guy, and then he will throw me out. So there is definitely one. Everything is resting in one's hand, and is Krishna. This is what Krishna is declaring, and how to give up this feeling of envy by opening up our mind. When we open our mind and we start hearing Bhagavad Gita, there is no harm to try. Yeah? That's what we have been doing right from our date of birth, right? So we have been trying that little. We didn't had already full 100% faith in everything. But what we did is, okay, there is no harm to try. Let me try. If I get it, I get it. So in the spirit of open-mindedness, if we take to Bhagavad Gita, then there is a hope of losing this envy, giving up this envy, and then this whole Gita knowledge will be revealed. Yeah, so that's the glories of Bhagavad Gita, and in that we are talking about the 12th chapter, which is devotional service, bhakti. So we have in last days we have come across very nice jewels of defining what is bhakti, and here we will see what are the qualities that make a person a bhakta. Yeah, we usually say, hey, I am a devotee, a bhakta, but what is that is qualities one should embrace. What are the ornaments of qualities one should decorate himself with to be called as bhakta? We will see hopefully today, if not otherwise next Sunday. But we'll have to finish this one verse. If Mahesh Prabhu can you see the screen, and if you would like to read, what we do is we read this Sanskrit verse, translation and purport, and then we will open up question and answers or any contributions from anyone. Would you like to read?
Yeah, I'll read it. So in fact, I'll try to
Hmm.
read because
Yeah,
of my
we give a
Sanskrit,
try.
but I'll read it. Yes, of course.
Hmm.
Yeah. श्रेयो हि जन्म अभ्यासे ज्ञानाद ध्यानं विशिष्यते ध्यानात् कर्म फलत्यागस् त्यागच्चन्तीर अनन्तरम्.
Yeah, proceed.
If you cannot take take to this picture to this practice, then engage yourself in the cultivation of knowledge better than.
Is it I am having a challenge to hear,
But
or
yeah,
No,
no,
no
no, no,
okay?
problem.
no. There was some problem. The video came in between, so I could not read. So,
Okay.
better than knowledge,
Mhm.
however, is meditation, and better than meditation is re reunification of the fruits of action. For by such renunciation, one can attain peace of mind. As mentioned in the previous verses, there are two kinds of devotional service. The way we regulate the way of regulative principles and the way of full attachment in love to the supreme personality of Godhead. For those who are actually not able to follow the principles of Krishna consciousness, it is better to cultivate knowledge, because by knowledge one can be able to understand his real position. Gradually, knowledge will drop to the point of meditation. By meditation, one can be able to understand the supreme personality of Godhead by gradual process. In the cultivation of knowledge, there are processes which make one understand that one himself is the supreme, and that sort of meditation is preferred if one is unable to engage in devotional service. If one is not able to meditate in such a way, then there are prescribed duties as enjoined in the Vedic literature from Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras, which we shall find in this chapter of Bhagavad Gita. But in all cases, one should give up the result or fruits of labor. This means to employ the result of karma for some good cause. In summary, to reach the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the highest goal, there are two processes. One process is by gradual development, and the other process is direct. Devotional service in Krishna consciousness is the direct method, and the other method involves renouncing the fruits of one's activities. Then one can come to the stage of knowledge, then to the stage of meditation, then to the stage of understanding the Supersoul, and then to the stage of Supreme Personality of Godhead. One may take either the step-by-step process or direct path. Direct process. Prabhuji, can you scroll a bit up? Hello.
Yeah, can you see now?
You need to scroll a bit up. I mean, yes, yeah. Thank you. One may take either the step-by-step process or the direct path. The direct process is not possible for everyone. Therefore, the indirect process is also good. It is, however, to be understood that the indirect process is not recommended for Arjuna, because he is already at the stage of loving devotional service to the Supreme Lord. It is for others who are not in this stage. For them, the gradual process of renunciation, knowledge, meditation, and realization of Supersoul and Brahman should be followed. But as far as Bhagavad Gita is concerned, it is a direct method that is stressed. Everyone is advised to take the direct method and surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mahesh Prabhu. Am I audible?
Yeah, Prabhuji, audible. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So here it says that Shreya, yeah, there are two we usually discuss. There is one is called Shreya and other one is called Priya. Priya is something which we like, which we have passion to hunt for or to get it. That is called Priya. We like it. So that's why we are ready to go any mile to get it. Shreya is something that we may not be so keen if it is, yeah, unless I know that this is what I really like it, I may not go in the direction and I may not really look for it, I may not really work for it. Yeah. But here Krishna is saying, Shreyo, we already know that the best thing is to meditate, always fix the mind in Lord. This is first thing. The second thing was, if we cannot come to that level, which is very, very high stage, Goswami stage, always absorbed in the thoughts of the Lord, in service to the Lord. Then the second one is the following regulative principles. like what we should eat, what we should think, what we should do, what we should not do. By regulating our life, we can attain that perfection. If that is not possible, then at least do what? Do service to the Lord and His devotees. If that is also not possible, then do what? At least sympathize such projects. Like if someone is building temples or book publications, I think last time we discussed elaborately on that. And then we come to this. If one is not even in position to do it directly, indirectly, then at least there is still an option, which is that if you cannot take to this practice, then engage yourself in cultivation of knowledge. This is very important because somehow we need to develop faith, and faith can one can acquire faith by experience and by knowledge. Experience is quite risky because the experience what I have today may not be the same tomorrow. And if I come to a conclusion which is a partial understand with the partial understanding, there is a risk, there is a danger. Rather, what we should do is we should. That's why here Krishna is not saying about cultivate experience. No, he's saying cultivate of knowledge. And in this knowledge, what we are talking or what Krishna is saying is not any knowledge, not about social, not about political, not about historical, yeah, not about scientific. Yeah. This knowledge is about at least to know who I am, at least to know who is the Supreme Lord, at least to know what is the relation between me and the Lord, and we saw here also Brahman and other aspects, super soul, and why are we here? So this kind of very important, inquisitive Brahma Jignasa. Yeah, we should thrive to satisfy our thirst of what? Of Brahma Jignasa. Better than knowledge, however, is meditation. So, once we acquire knowledge, or even if we do not acquire knowledge, if we know that by meditating on the right, when we say yoga means meditation, and yoga means yunjan. Yunjan means to connect to. But unfortunately, we do not know the object to whom we can connect to. That's why we think that, okay, let me do some breathing exercise as a yoga, or let me uh, look into some light and meditate on it. So in that way, there are different yoga principle practices which are of course there, but here we are talking about meditating upon the Supreme Lord to establish our relationship with the Lord. And better than meditation is renouncing of fruits of action. Okay, meditation is fine, but we are talking about even if you are meditating, there is a big danger unless we understand that life should be very simple. If we think that life should be, I want everything. Mahesh Prabhu, you are going on an expedition. You are going for a very nice picnic. You have planned for a 7-day trip to, um, yeah, Mount Everest. Very nice thing. How much luggage do you want to take? Very, very minimum, right? We want to take only that we really need. Otherwise, we have to drag this weights all the way. Of course, this example may be still uh, casual. Why? Because nowadays there are some donkeys which can carry the load on our behalf. We just hire some donkeys, and the donkeys are going to bring all the things up. Hmm? But what about carrying? Yeah, all the time you are still thinking, oh, this donkey has to bring. If the donkey doesn't bring, yeah, your anxiety is increasing. That's what we mean, that we are when we carry something which is not really needed, that is creating only anxiety of maintaining. That creates only fear of losing. So in that way, we have to understand that renunciation means to give up is a very important principle, especially for people who are married or who want to marry. Why? Because in this ashram, grahast ashram, we deal with money. If you see in Brahmacharya ashram, there is no money earning. If we talk about Vanaprastha or Sannyas ashram, there is no business of earning money. It is only Grihastha ashram that is, uh, yeah, doing this. But there is also this danger. Yeah? Of course, it's a facility that you can earn and you can enjoy, but that also can bind us. So what we should understand here is that from this point, Krishna is saying that okay, meditation on the Lord is fine, but if we do not renounce the results of our action, then what will happen? We will be conditioned. For such renunciation can one attain tyagaj by sacrifice, shanti, anantaram. What do we get after that is peace, peace of mind, which is the base for happiness. And now when we see in the purport is we see that there are two kinds of devotional services. One is the um, Raganuga Bhakti, by following the regulative principles and the way of full attachment in love, Ragatmika Bhakti, the second one. Second one is spontaneous love for the Godhead. They are not to be seen, hey, why is he not wearing proper clothes? Why is he not shaving his daily or whatever? Why is he not so clean? Why is he so? Yeah, if you see like um, eating by begging, he's very fit, perfect. Why can't he go and work and earn money? And then he can pay for his own food. Why he has to rely on others? Why to beg from others? Of course, we are not talking about the general mass of beggars, yeah, who are mainly begging only for living, but we are talking about those great personalities who do not care for their body. In Bhagavatam, we come across many, yeah, when Jadbharat, yeah, he was not, and then Rishabhadev, the way he lived was unbearable, unimaginable. No one can accept it, though he's king. So we understand that that level we cannot even discuss about it. At least we can discuss about regulative principles, how to practice bhakti, following the regulative principles. And here it said, for those who are actually not able to follow the principles, this is what develop knowledge, because knowledge means it's something like light. If we are inside a room, pitch dark, there is no light. Are we confident and comfortable to take even a single step? We never know what is their next step. But slowly, when there is light, then we think with the strength of light, with the added value, we are able to navigate in the room. Similarly, this knowledge is very important. We are not talking about some material knowledge. We are talking about spiritual knowledge through which we can understand who we are. And with that, here we see, because of knowledge, one can be able to understand his real position, which means who I am. Gradually, knowledge will develop to the point of meditation. Yeah, and once we know that there is Supreme Lord, once we know that there is a relationship, once we know that the focus is to meditate upon Him, then real meditation comes. Otherwise, what we are doing is Soham, or inhale, what is it called? Rechak, Puran, Kumbhaka. So all these things. Uh, do some exercise for maintaining the body. By meditation, one can be able to understand the Supreme Lord by a gradual process. In the cultivation of knowledge, there are processes which make one understand that one himself is the supreme. Huh? And that sort of meditation is preferred if one is unable to engage in devotional service. So, when we do not know what is the worth of devotional service, we acquire knowledge, and then if one is not able to meditate in such a way, then there are prescribed duties as enjoined in Vedic literature for Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Shudras. Huh? So in this way, but in all cases, one should give up the result of fruits of labor. This means to employ the result of karma for some good cause. The other day, yeah, the question came: why should we give up the fruits of our earning? Huh? Am I a fool that I work every day, Monday to Friday, for the whole month? And then the result, when the salary is coming, why should I give it to others? Uh, why should we give? When we are saying give up the results of the fruit, which means the salary that I got, does it mean that I have to give it to someone? The point here is that what are we going to do if we keep it for us? Do we have a clarity of mind that we can use it properly for the right thing? What is really, really beneficial for me? We don't have the clarity. That's why we need to acquire knowledge. When we acquire the knowledge will tell that these accumulation will bind us. Because these accumulations will bind us, that's why what we do is we do not want to run behind all these things. But of course, if Krishna, I mean, these are the in the next verses, I think 4 verses, we will try to understand what are these qualities of a devotee. In that context, we will discuss further about this point. But here we say, but in all cases, one should give up the results of the fruit. Otherwise, there is no harm. If we don't give up, now the only harm is for us. We may think that, oh, I am giving by donation, I am doing a great favor to others. No, no, no. Actually, by donating, we are doing a big favor to ourselves. What is that favor? To be tranquil, to achieve peace, to be free, to get the freedom, what we really want. So, this means to employ the result of karma for some good cause. In summary, to reach the Supreme Lord, I mean, this is summary of the 4 verses. There are 2 processes. One is the gradual process and one is the direct process. The direct process means engaging in the service of the Lord directly. Uh, Even if you understand or not, even if you're meditating upon the Lord or not, just take up to this process of, okay, I cook for the Lord, I sing for the Lord. uh, Even if I don't understand the intricate beauty of it, but if I start engaging in the service, that is active, direct service of the Lord, that is the best. But if one is not in a position, or if a person has no faith in it, then this gradual process of knowledge, meditation, renunciation, all these things are required so that one can come to the stage of knowledge, then to the stage of meditation, then to the stage of understanding the super soul, and then to the stage of supreme personality of Godhead. Now, just um, yeah, I usually close my eyes so that I can visualize what I'm speaking. Yeah, if you want, you can also do the same. Yeah, you go to a flats, and then there is a lift in the center, and around the lift there are staircase. Yeah. Now, what do we want? Do we want to take up the staircase or do we want to take the lift if we want to go? Anyone? What do we prefer?
Lift is easy to say.
Yeah. Lift is easy. Yeah, very much, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, it's a preferences. If somebody wants to have walk, they can go with those steps. No, it is urgent, I need to go very fast, then better to take lift.
Mm-hmm. Till now, I never came across someone doing a walking on staircase. Maybe, huh? But anyway, yeah, so preferences, right? Just imagine that when you are going from floor to floor, there are different facilities. One is a 2-star, one is 3-star, 5-star, and all these facilities. What will you do? Will you go to the next floor?
Prabhuji,
Redirect to the yeah.
is this question to me?
Yeah. I think you said, no, walking is nice.
Some like when I saw advertisements instead of like many people are reduce their fat content or something, always the doctors prefer to use lift or something. So that's why in that like walk
My
staircase.
boss, na, when I'm, when I'm with my boss, I have to walk with him. Yeah, he likes walking. He likes cycling. Huh? But what is easy?
Taking lift is better.
Easy. Yeah, because at the moment you are doing a walking so that you want to maintain your lifespan, good health, everything. We don't want. If we can go to the final goal, which is what? Krishna Prem, no cycle of birth and death, then we don't want to think about maintaining all that good health the doctor is advising, isn't it?
Yes, Prabhu.
Now, Adil Prabhu, you are adding something?
Now just saying that when you said na the 2 star, 3 star, 5 star, so I was just saying that the better that we go to the top as soon as possible.
Yes, yes. And the reason why I said this scenario is the lift door can open. If you want, you can open the lift door at any time, isn't it? After going to the first floor, you can open. The second floor you can open. Huh? There is also this danger. We may think now just we make it more interesting. Let's imagine that this lift is uh, lift in a hotel which has 15 floors or so. Then there are no walls. I don't know what is it called. Gallery lift. Huh? Hmm? Yeah, you can have complete view. Just like you see na in Berlin the hotel had a what is it called? A big huge aquarium which was hosting around 50 15 million fishes. And just imagine middle of that there is this lift that is going. Hmm? We may attempt to stop at floor 2, 3, wherever, and then we want to see a while and then go on, isn't it? Hmm? What do you say? Hmm? It's not it's not so uncommon, right? At least when we think that okay, the lift is bhakti yoga with which we can very quickly go, but there is also like a chance that we may simply get attracted to see other beauties of different floors and facilities, and then we may think, oh, let me spend some time here. Or one may think, okay, I don't have confidence that this lift is going to the topmost floor. Let me not take the floor. Let me take very slow steps, baby steps. It's sometimes people are scared. Bhakti, come on. What are you talking? Bhakti is for people of what age? You know, people who become independent. Then there is no dependency with anyone. Then they are on their own. They can do anything they want. Then if they like, they can do bhakti. That's what usually our understanding of bhakti is, which means at what age it can come? Any guesswork? At what age?
Around 50, 55.
Okay, 50, 55, one guess. Not yet so close, huh? Yeah. Answer one is that it never comes. Hmm? Any other?
It is once you get matured and realize maybe at the age of 20.
At the age of 20? Okay.
Yeah.
It never comes, Prabhuji, because maybe at every point of time in your life you have some dependency and some goals coming up, and ultimately, I don't know, at the age of 60, 70, you realize, but then your health does not cooperate.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Anyone? This is very important, yeah, because we come across this as soon as if someone says, "Hey, I'm going to temple," they think, exam hai kya? Huh? At least, Mahesh Prabhu, when we are at the age of 15, 16 or 20 years, if you go to temple, what people will say? Huh? Are you
Yeah,
going to
with the
crack
mood to get
IIT?
exams. Yeah.
Yeah. And at the age of 50, Pratibha Mataji, if we go, what people will say if you're going to temple? घर में कोई काम नहीं है क्या? इतना टाइम कहाँ से
Right.
आया? Hmm? And maybe at the age of 60, we think, oh, it's finally retirement. Satish Prabhu was mentioning, it's possible. People may think, at that time we may want to do, but we cannot do. That's what he was saying. At the time of 60, I don't think that people will think about bhakti at all. Hmm? I mean, it's a more not a sure bet on it, but most likely. Why? Because when we have not cultivated bhakti at early stage, what is the guarantee that we want to practice bhakti at later stage? Hmm? Sarika Mataji, what do you say? When we do not have a taste now, do we really want to think about it in future? Will we do it?
I think maybe, some people realize at the later stage that, okay, when they have this, satsang, they can, realize that, yes, they should go in this direction. But of course, it should be cultivated from childhood, that
Mm-hmm.
try to connect with God. And it's like, kids observe watching their parents, worshipping,
Mm-hmm.
and that should be, done, in a, in families, like, it's not just about when you need something, you just pray. No, it should be cultivated in that way, that, there is a God, and the real concept should be told to them, that why
Mm-hmm.
we are connecting to God.
Yeah, but
And
just by
so
telling, I think you mentioned very important point that we should practice ourselves, right? See,
yes, we should practice
the
ourselves.
word
Yeah, but when you
actions,
start,
actions speak a lot than words.
through action speaks a lot, and that's what it has to be, how do I say, practice is important, instead of just,
Yes.
saying
Yeah.
things. I understand. Then only you will
And to do that
experience.
practice, hmm, yeah.
For
No, go
me,
on, go on.
for me is, uh, what I feel, that when you are talking about it, like with someone, and these things is like the start, when you start thinking about it, right?
Hmm.
But until you practice, you won't experience, uh, what other person is trying to say. For that, you have to be on that path
Hmm.
and do the practice.
Yeah.
And it's not like you have started practicing today, in 2 days you will get, God, or you will get the result. No, it is a, step by step.
Yeah.
Or what you said just now, that do some services to God, like devotional services, where you are trying to, uh, maybe whatever you decide to do for God, you do that. Or I think in parallel
Hmm.
also, you have to uh, follow the step by step path. So I think direct method
Correct.
and the indirect method, both should be there, right? Because you will be also be
Hmm.
learning, because indirect method also brings you in contact with people who has more knowledge about that. They can guide you, and they guide you through the readings, like you have books, or talking to
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, what you're saying is right, but we have to be, I mean, with a pinch of salt, we have to understand that indirect path takes more time. This is one thing. And the second thing is, it might be
Mhm.
that the indirect path, people believe that that is the direct path, or that will give the perfection. So we should also have a clarity of how to benefit from such any indirect path. Yeah. So which means if I want to acquire knowledge, the knowledge should be such a way that it will be helping me towards going on the direct path. Otherwise, what will happen? This will create a lot of confusion and chaos that people, I think we know so many people became atheists just because they could not assimilate so many seemingly contradictory points. And due to which what happened? That was an indirect path, yeah, which is not bhakti. Just by acquiring knowledge, you are not actively serving the Lord, right? It is only for our benefit that we are acquiring knowledge so that we can do the seva for a very long time without feeling frustrated, without feeling stressed up. We want to do bhakti with love. For that, we're acquiring such knowledge. So the knowledge has its element, its importance, but we should also be careful that not every knowledge, not all knowledge is going to help us. There are knowledge, for example, if you just open, what is it called, a newspaper, and there is sports column. People who are very passionate about sports, they just dive into the last page. Huh?
Yeah.
So that 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 is very. I mean, this is what here it is summarized, right? In summary, wait a second. In summary, to reach the supreme, the highest goal, there are two processes. One is direct and one is gradual. Here it is said, but as far as Bhagavad Gita is concerned, it is the direct method that is stressed. Everyone is advised to take the direct method. So here it's not like a choice, but here a strong recommendation is to take direct path so that we don't get diverted, distracted, or get lost in those complicated. Yeah, we know it. Bhajo Govindam. Yeah, when Adi Shankaracharya was singing Bhajo Govindam Mudamate. Huh? What is this? He is telling to the scholarly people as Mudamate. Why? Yeah, Samprapte Sannihite Kale. When the time comes, all this knowledge is of no use. What is important? Bhajo Govindam. Just practice devotional service.
Yeah. Name is yeah.
Yeah.
You are chanting name.
Yeah. Rather, yeah. So, which means that, oh, someone is asking a question. I'll come to that. Um, yeah. So, is this point clear, by the way, Sarika Mataji?
Ji, it's clear. Thank you very much, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Because we may prefer to put our feet on both the boats because we want to be more confident what we are doing. Yeah. Yes, we should do that, but we should be very selective, such a way that we do not get distracted. Just like we know this horses, right? When the horses is pulling a cart, the horses are blinded, yeah, with some kind of small things so that they don't see left and right. They can only see straight. Otherwise, we know the horse can see almost uh, uh, everything, yeah, even to almost its behind. Yeah, so that analogy, yeah, is also very important. So we be blind intentionally. It's not like we want to be in our own island. We want to be very careful in our sailing business. Yeah, okay. And then Shashwati Mataji, you have a question. What is it? One senior person once told me that she will take bhakti only when Krishna will attract her. Yeah. Yeah. So you want to preach to such people? Yeah. If you want to preach to such people, then pray for them. Yeah. Okay. I'll pray that one day Krishna will attract. Yeah. Krishna is arranging so many ways. We have to understand that Krishna is arranging every opportunity to us in our life, and we are very blind to it. We are so blind that we don't even see that Krishna is really attracting already. It's not that Krishna has given up his interest upon us. No, Krishna is ever eager. Only thing what he is looking is that just turn towards me and put one step, and I'm running towards you. And Krishna is he's so much hopelessly behind our love that even if we are not so grateful to what he has given, still he is giving everything to us. And that sense of gratitude, if we have, that is already we see that, yeah, Krishna is already attracting us. But if we are not so much keen on it, if we think no, Krishna has to come and he has to whisper in my ears that yes, I love you, if Krishna has to say, uh, yeah, so it will take time because Krishna is not so uh, cheap. Yeah, Krishna is not so cheap that okay, that love, for that love, yeah, we also have to do something. Just imagine that we have uh, very near dear person. What we do is we will extend ourselves, establish relationship. Then he will attract us and we attract him. In that way, there is a good relationship. So there is definitely some part for us to do before the Lord, attracts us. We have to attract Krishna. We have to capture Krishna, and not only capture once. We have to keep on capturing Krishna again and again and again, just like the gopis did. Uh, in the middle of the night, when Krishna is with the gopis, all of a sudden Krishna disappears. Now just imagine, with great effort that we have arranged a big party, and the main person, he said, yes, yes, I am coming, I'll be there on time. And after everything arrangement is done, he came, and after just 1 minute, he disappears. How painful it is. Hmm. Now we may simply say, next time I'll not call this. See, he doesn't value me. He doesn't know how much affectionately I have called you, him. So we may not be so. And then, but the gopis are saying, even if you treat me well or not, doesn't matter. Our love is just for granted for you only, no one else. And Krishna is attracted for that love. When Krishna is disappearing from the scene, it's not that he doesn't like the what association, not association. It's not like Krishna doesn't value their love and affection. Yeah, in that rasa, in that mellow, Krishna is dealing with the gopis, is to intensify the love further. We know that when a dear person of us, uh, when he is not next to us, we feel more affectionate and loving, more caring. We'll ask, hey, did you eat? Maybe at home we may not ask, maybe because we are seeing, or we may take it granted. But if a person is not near, we will ask, okay, what are you doing? Everything fine. So this is itself, again, a very deep topic. But at a high level, what you can say is that Krishna is already attracting. The only thing is, because we have become a piece of plastic, we are not feeling that attraction. If we become charged, surcharged with what? Electrons, the surcharged, if we ourselves change, then we can just understand. Or just like, uh, what is it? If a piece of iron is covered by plastic, mm, the magnet may not attract. But if the plastic is removed, then the magnet can attract. The iron can feel the attraction of the magnet. I don't know. Shashwati Mataji, did it answer your question? Or you have further question?
Prabhuji, I have
Yes.
hello.
Who's that? Yeah, I can hear you.
This is Mahesh here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Please go on.
Okay. Can I quickly give some a small experience which I had? I don't know whether it is relevant to this, but it's a quick experience. Um,
Yeah, please share.
yeah. So when I was in Germany, we used to travel in bus to the office. So there was a person called Raghavendra. He used to follow all the practices of ISKCON, and he also had a friend. He also started following. So Raghavendra's father was also a devotee of Krishna, and that was where he got his everything he started doing. But the other person who was staying with him, he was sharing a room because these were students and these were like interns in Bosch. So this person, the other person, just got attracted to what he was doing and started involving in his readings. And he used to, what he said is, he was just 10% of what he was doing, but he was getting attracted towards it. So this is also one of the thing where you say that age or maybe an influence or listening to something and which you like and get into it. So this is something I would say, um, which he learned from the other person. Maybe the other person would have taken it negatively and said, okay, I don't want to get into his what he's doing. I'll just stay with my I'll lead my life differently.
Yeah.
So this is just a small experience which I had.
Yeah, the point is that when we see that, yeah, that's very nice. And this is the association of devotees. Because in real association of devotees, then are clarified in this.
Prabhuji, I think your voice is breaking, or is it only to me?
Sorry, it's for me as well.
Is it better now?
Yes, now it's better.
Okay. I'm just moving the router. Hope it's better now.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So, what I was referring is that it's very nice observation that you made, and also experience from that is we always are looking for a role model in our life. Like, okay, whom should I learn from? Because we accept that I'm not Mr. Perfect. So I'm looking for options, and in that process, I'm looking for a role model. And the best way of preaching or the best way of conveying what we are doing to others is by following ourselves. And that clarifies so many questions. Uh, of course, one can openly ask questions, but even if they don't do it, then one can understand everything. So it's said, right? If a person is staying with another person for 6 months, he will become like this other person. Huh? Mahesh Prabhu?
Yeah, Prabhuji. Yes.
So this is what I think what you have brought up is this experience. And we also know that
Yes.
by this association of devotees, we think that yes, it's not that I am only following. Oh, is it that I am an odd man? Or I'm not confident that this is really the right thing I should do. No, when we see others doing it, we also want to do it. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, nice. Yeah, and then there was someone else who was asking question. Hello. Hello.
Yeah. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Dhiraj Prabhu.
Uh, I think I think the beauty of this chapter is every time when I read, there is still something that I keep learning from devotional service. I think this chapter. So I think Prabhuji, in this context, whatever whatever you have explained, I just did a small mind map, Prabhuji. I mean, if you don't mind, can I just share my screen for 1 second? Hare Krishna.
I can, yeah, please do it.
Yeah, just for 1 second. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can
I'll
everyone
make you a
see?
host.
Ah, okay.
Making you a host. Yes. Okay.
I'm sharing. Can anyone see, or shall I try again?
We can see, Prabhu. We can see, Prabhu.
Ah, okay. Okay, Prabhuji, thank you. So Prabhuji, Sudama Prabhu. So basically, I just did a mind map. I mean, like, so Krishna here.
1 second, I can't see that. Now can you start sharing again?
Okay.
Yeah, I can see it now. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then there is a delay, I think. 1 second. Now, Prabhuji, can you see this mind map?
Yes.
Okay. So, Prabhuji, I think in the beginning, in the first few verses of this chapter, Arjuna also questions Krishna regarding Jnana Yoga, which is this. Then Krishna says that the unmanifested form of, I mean, dedicating oneself to the unmanifested form is not advisable. But whatever we discussed so far, the direct and the indirect, they come under the umbrella of Bhakti Yoga only, right, Prabhuji? So Krishna says, okay, if you don't have direct love for me, then follow the indirect path where you can give up your results like Karma Yoga, cultivate knowledge and meditation. So this indirect thing, I think this is also touching little bit of Jnana Yoga, right, Prabhuji? This is the only doubt I have. Like, so Krishna actually says in the initial verses also, he says, worshipping on the unmanifested form can also lead to mental speculation, so it is not recommended.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And in the
So the indirect ways are karmis, jnanis, and yogis.
okay, then there is a link. Okay, so
Yeah.
okay, Prabhuji, then that means like indirect, like, yeah, I mean, okay, that means Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga, and yeah, all these things come under the indirect
Yeah.
steps to reach Bhakti Yoga. I mean, one may reach, but it may take a long time.
Yeah. I think it came in the last purport or in one of the purports it's clearly mentioned.
Yes, Prabhuji. I think initially in 12.5 also Krishna says, I think the worshipping on the unmanifested form is also not advisable. You may still reach, but
Yes. Yeah.
yeah, but not advisable.
That time we had a very nice debate, na? I mean,
Yes,
manifested,
yes, yes.
unmanifested. See,
Correct,
lots of
Prabhuji.
debate,
Yeah,
I
yes.
still remember it. Huh? And then
Yeah.
we also said that, of course, if one is very exalted, huh, he is always constantly meditating on the Lord. Hmm? But, uh, but but then for a sadhakas, for early birds like us, neophytes, so it is through the regulative process of bhakti yoga through which one can come to that level. And
So
and no, go on.
no, Prabhuji. I think this following the regulative principles, giving up of the results, everything can also facilitate our direct process, right, Prabhuji? Because
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
association of senior devotees,
Yeah. Yeah. So what I think the point that you want to bring is what categorizes as bhakti yoga. That's what you want to say, right?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
Both direct and indirect ways of achieving bhakti yoga.
Hmm. What we see is whether, I mean, the analogy given is, hello?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, the analogy given is like if we whether know or do not know, and if we turn on a switch, the light is on. Yeah, that is direct.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Of course, yeah, knowing little more
Yes.
that the electricity is behind it, even to a detail level of electron is there, proton is there when it is surcharged, and all these things. No? It is only a piece of info. In Patanjali Yoga Sutra, when one comes to samadhi state, he forgets himself. He's not really keen on knowing, okay, did he perform this asana, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, and all. No, he forgets himself completely in the service or in the connection with the Lord. So bhakti yoga is like that. So when we are practicing bhakti yoga, whatever other things are only kind of supporting that we could come to that stage or not. But even if you do not have all these things, still yoga one is even reaping the result of it, because he is actively engaging in the service of the Lord, either with knowledge or without knowledge. Still the result is there. But still, if we go back to Govardhan Leela, yeah,
Yes,
Krishna
Prabhuji.
is questioning Nanda Maharaj, why are you performing this sacrifice, yajna for Indra? He is really asking, and he even says this, that,
Mm.
but are we doing something without knowing? We should really know the reason behind it.
Mm.
So blind faith
Mm.
is rejected there.
Mm. Yes, Prabhuji. Correct.
So blind, why it's rejected is because it can become what do we call this? Um, Not stereotype. It can become a casual thing.
Mm.
And when bhakti becomes casual thing, it cannot. Bhakti should be tivra bhakti should be very intensely
Mm.
performed.
Mm.
Again, in Patanjali Yoga Sutra, yoga is not a casual thing that you sit in a corner and do breathing. No, it is also, it takes a lot of energy from us when we do the yoga.
Yes,
We have to
Prabhuji. Yeah.
focus our mind. We have to bring the air. We have so many things. It's not a casual thing that okay,
Mm.
relax. No, to get that relax, one has to give a lot of energy.
Yeah. Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah. I think Ashtanga Yoga is not so technically feasible in Kali Yuga, I think.
Yeah, that is also, yeah. Uh, but I would say that even if it was Satya Yuga or any other yugas, chanting the holy name is anyway there.
Yes,
Whether
Prabhuji.
one
Yeah.
is performing yagas, what are we doing? We are simply saying namaste. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. We are already offering our obeisance. In every process, what we are doing, we are offering our obeisances. Whether it is yagna, yaga, krutu, anything we take, all we do is we offer obeisances and seek blessings.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, one may have more ingredients. He may be more motivated to do like that. But ultimately, yajna is what Krishna is prescribing, and yajna in the Kali Yuga is Sankirtan yajna. And because we are chanting, because it doesn't has need no requirement, whether he is a child or a old man, whether a girl or
Mm.
a boy, whether a black skin or a white skin, whether in
Mm.
Germany or non-Germany, whether it's day or night, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. Whereas other processes, how many restrictions we have? Just if we want to do any ceremony, first thing what we check? Muhurta.
Yeah. Yes.
No? And people says, oh, today is not good. Even if it is a festival, no? People say, hey, no, it's not good day to do it.
Mm.
So
I
in
think
that
this
way,
comes
just
under
imagine.
the umbrella of fear, I think, like fear
Yeah.
of.
And
Yeah.
yeah, and just imagine like Prahlad Maharaj already said that we have lost lot of life in our sleeping, in our maintaining the body, in our entertainment, in the youth. And if we
Mm.
also are waiting for a good moment to come to start doing something, huh?
Mm.
When we make it and simple, and there are so many references which are given that if one chants the holy name of the Lord, it is equivalent to performing 1,000 Ashwamedha yajnas.
Mm.
Or
Yes,
actually, it
Prabhuji.
is even said that when this reference was brought, then I don't know, was it Rupa Goswami or Apu Prabhu who said that it is an offense to compare the result of chanting to the pious activities. Huh? How can we chant the glories of the chanting the holy name to Ashwamedha Yajna? This is I don't remember, but this is what, or is it you know it? Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur or Sridhara Swami, one of them, or even Goswami. I'll refer. But the point is, we are taking to such a sublime process of engaging in bhakti, which is direct process, that it is uncomparable. Even to compare is an insult.
Mm. Yes, Prabhuji.
Just like in Islam, there is that when we say, what is the meaning of no? There is an offense that if one is comparing the power of the Lord, it's an offense. So they say it's powerful, but how much powerful? No, we can't compare. by thinking to compare, then it is an offense. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji. But since I think but at least giving up of the results, karma yoga is the first basic step of the ladder, right, Prabhuji? So
Yes.
an indirect step should facilitate our direct
Yes.
step.
But when we are doing the direct, in the direct, or automatically what is coming is this indirect thing is anyway coming.
Already included.
Just imagine if I'm doing something for the Lord, that means I'm not doing for me. It's already there, given.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah. Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji. I think.
Yeah,
I mean, every
nice
time
mind
when I
map.
read this chapter, so yeah, I mean, I keep writing my notes regarding this chapter. So every time when I read, there will be some new point in this chapter. So such an important chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the devotional
Yeah.
service.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Yeah, thank you,
very
Prabhuji.
nice.
You can take back the sharing.
Thank you. Any questions before we close the call today? I think there are 2 messages. Who wrote them? Let's see. No? Any? Shashwati Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Please excuse my voice, some problem on my throat. And yes, Prabhuji, the question. Can you please can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, proceed.
Yes, Prabhuji. One thing is that in this they call it yoga ladder, na? And then there is also one step is Gyan Marg, the path of knowledge. And Prabhuji, this is not this knowledge, how this knowledge is different from the knowledge in bhakti, because bhakti, they say it, Bhakti Devi has 2 sons, one is knowledge, and this is also knowledge, and we need also knowledge for bhakti, because it's
Yeah.
the knowledge that is that cuts the ignorance. So
yeah, that's why we are taking. If knowledge is not so important, we wouldn't have taken shelter of a spiritual master, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Prabhuji. Then,
But
but this is
again,
still the how they differentiate, why they differentiate like a knowledge, path of knowledge, or Gyan Marg.
yeah. So it could bring. Yeah. So when we're talking about this, Bhakti Yoga is a culmination of all the other things, which could be jnana, which could be dhyana. Just imagine if you do not have proper focus on our japa, without proper dhyan, without proper smaran, we cannot achieve bhakti, right? Without the right knowledge, we cannot even know what to do. We don't even know, okay, one can get Krishna. How? By approaching spiritual master. That jnana is also important. We are talking about that jnana can only become a rung in a ladder to achieve. It's not that we are giving up, we are not doing anything and then simply taking only bhakti. Bhakti yoga is culmination of all these things, is a package. But direct devotional service, if we are performing, even if we don't do it, even if we don't know it, it will still give result. Just like if we don't know the power of the fire, but if we touch the fire, it will still burn our hand. So to know is important, so that we know are we doing right or wrong. No, that is called vichakshana, and there was another word that came to have this ability to know what is. Yeah, I think this comes in the Bhagavatam yesterday. Vichakshana. Through that we can understand that this is right, this is wrong, what I'm doing. Yeah, there are these 6 processes I should do. There are 6 processes I should not do. So all this is knowledge only. Yeah. But thinking that Jnana Marg is only ultimate, that is a problem. If you just acquire the knowledge and don't do anything, what is the benefit? I know everything, I know everything. A person becomes very intellectual pandit and becomes proud of his own knowledge. That's why it said Gyan. Gyan is there is a very big danger that because of that gyan he can become powerful, and because of that position, status, everything, he can fall down. Rather, such knowledge should make him humble. And then when it knowledge makes him humble, that is very conducive for what? Bhakti. Yeah? I don't know, you're there? Yeah. Did it answer your question, Shashwati
Yes,
Manai?
Prabhuji. Yes, but I have to still think on this more. And Prabhuji, another question is Nishkam Karma Yoga and Bhakti Yoga
Nishkama.
are actually same or different?
Yeah, Nishkama, yeah, without any ulterior or duplicity, yeah, service without duplicity, yeah, and Bhakti, both are same.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Yeah, we'll continue to know what are the qualities of bhakta, of a devotee, in upcoming maybe 3 sessions, and let's try to imbibe that qualities and appreciate bhakti through that. पंचाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. By the way, Kaustu Prabhu, sorry I couldn't interact with you, but yeah, next week you may read verses in the next week.
No problem. It's okay.
Yeah. Okay then. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.